Shalom, Yashrala. This your brother Dawada, coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Akim, pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So I wanted to just jump on to this here story that's popping off right now, which is dealing with Venezuela. All right, there's an attempted coup attempt, or there's a coup attempt going on right now where Juan Guaido is trying to overthrow Nicolas Maduro in Venezuela. All right, and we all know that Juan Guaido is being backed by America. All right, so we're going to try to get this here stream going. I just tried to record this. It didn't go so well, but nevertheless, you know, you can watch this here live right now on RT. And as you can hear, if you can hear it in the background, there's gunfire going off in the background. All right. And as you see down here, people are throwing rocks and stuff at the these cars that's rolling by. All right. Now, this is a small, I was going to say this is a small group of people. There's a way larger group of people than this. All right. So I don't know if you can hear the gunfire. All right, so as you can see, there's a coup attempt that's taking place right now as we speak over in Venezuela. All right, so now let me go grab a little bit of these scriptures real quick, or these articles, a couple articles real fast. All right. Actually, I'm reading the two articles. I'm going to get this here article, but I'm going to go to one that I was reading a little earlier. Media shouldn't serve as tools for spreading fake news to escalate the situation in Venezuela. But see, the good thing about nowadays is you don't have to rely on this here mainstream media news. Right here, this is the one. You don't have to count on this here mainstream media news, because nowadays, you know, the so-called white man, his ass so damn dumb. And a part of him trying to, what is that? Job 5:12. All right. You talk about, the so-called white man is pretty much getting caught in his own trap, man. All right. Because why? He devised to give everybody cell phones to track everybody down with the internet on there. Right. But now with all these different things that he's using, all these different apps that's used to spy on us. Now the Lord has put the spirit on the people now to start live streaming. You know, everybody live streaming folly, but nowadays the spirit is on people to actually start live streaming real live events, like shit like this is going on. Because most time, because these are our people over there, so we all got the same spirit for the most part. But you know how our people will be like, 2/3 of our people, they see some shit going on, somebody getting stomped out, your own people getting stomped out, and instead of going over there and helping them, they just want to live stream it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say, for instance, not trying to get off topic with this Nipsey Hussle dude, but nevertheless, there was a video of this, like a so-called little white girl or whatever, whatnot, going out there, one of these places. It wasn't out in California, but in one of these places, and they had painted a mural on the wall of him. All right. And now this girl goes over there and she's on her, whatever, social media going live, and she's, tagging it up, how do you say, defaming the shit. And I don't know if her little logo was either cherries or like, a penis and some balls or whatever, whatnot. But nevertheless, she keeps spray painting this all over the mural. All right. Now, some so-called black woman comes up because she want to go over there and pose and take her little pictures for up against this here wall. But now she's, the video that you're watching is the black girl, the so-called black girl filming the so-called white girl defaming the thing. So the so-called black girl is talking shit about it, saying, oh, look what she over here doing, so on and so forth. But yet and still, and she's calling, well, y'all I just don't spray over his face and blah, blah, blah. I'm just showing y'all I ain't finna go to jail for this and that. So our people sit here and normally videotape things for entertainment purposes. But when some real shit go down, they'd be like, man, I ain't even worried about that. That type of shit will make big mainstream media news. Homegirl is over there like, yo, I'll videotape this so I can get some views or some likes on my page or whatever, whatnot. But when some real shit go down, all right, you talking about defaming who you call as one of your leaders, but what about your real brethren? All right. They over here about to take out one of your real brethren and a whole nation of your people. All right. And nevertheless, you know, you just standing by. We don't want to watch that. We don't care about that. You see what I'm saying? We more caring about Nipsey Hussle. All right. Who really ain't doing shit for you. You see what I'm saying? In fact, I ain't going to go all there. But nevertheless, we're going to go into this here article. It says Bolton calls on Venezuelan military to protect constitution by backing Guaido coup attempt. So flat out here with the title of this here article, just flat out let you know that America is meddling in other countries to depose their leadership. Right now, that might not strike a chord into you because why? You've been Americanized so much. But let's just reverse it. Slovakia. Damn, I got the hiccups. Let's just reverse this a little bit. And go back to all this so-called Russian collusion that everybody in America is mad about. Oh, Russia, such and such with America, or Donald Trump got him in the office and so on and so forth. You motherfuckers is mad about that, which that ain't even really going on. But nevertheless, you motherfuckers is mad about that shit with another country involved into your country's affairs. But yet and still your country's doing the same thing over there. All right. But well, way worse than that. They not meddling in elections. They actually trying to go out there and kill a dude and put up their own puppet. Now, let's just turn the tables. What if Russia was trying to sit over here and kill our leader, all right, and then put up a fucking Russian and president? So with the military defense, what's this guy's name? Sergei Lavrov. Imagine they didn't took out our president and put Sergei Lavrov up as our president. Like, yeah, Russia, we did it. Yeah, fuck that. We're going to put up our own puppet over there. Y'all going to all be Russians from now on. America would be up in arms. This is the exact same thing that's going on in Venezuela right now. All right. But nevertheless, this is part of the so-called white man and what he inside his DNA, man. He can't keep himself at home, man. Death and hell is always following his ass, all right? But nevertheless, let me just go ahead and read this here article real fast. It says, Bolton calls on Venezuelan military to protect the constitution by backing Guaido's coup attempt. The UN National Security Advisor John Bolton called on Venezuela's military to side with Washington protege Juan Guaido after opposition leader declared a military coup in Caracas on Tuesday. That's what's popping off right now. This is what we reading about, or we reading about what's going on right now. All right. Like what we just was watching live. So this has all been orchestrated by America. You see what I'm saying? This is America's doing over there. America's in their country trying to depose and kill their leader right now live on TV. This is what it looked like when America trying to assassinate another country's leader. All right. And this is what's going on. We've seen it time after time. They're flying drones out there trying to blow them up with the drones. All right. When they was trying to bring aid in. Now here they go with another wave. But what? Now it's getting harder and harder for the so-called white man to do the things that he's trying to do. All right. The Lord has got all these people out here with these cameras and exposing Esau left and right. He can't really hide nowhere. All right. Everybody's now looking out and pointing like the scriptures say. Is this the man that did make the world a tremble? Everybody pointing him out like, look at this motherfucker over here trying to steal this shit. Look at this nigga trying to make a coup attempt. Look at this nigga over here trying to put up a fake ass government and put sanctions on these motherfuckers and lie on these people all damn day long. Look at this nigga right here. Is this the man? All right. Now you're seeing all these scriptures come to life right now. All right. Now you can see these scriptures to where it's like, yo, there's no real you don't got to break the scriptures down no more. The scriptures are breaking themselves down. All right. The Most High is showing you all these things. This is why we meditate on these scriptures. So when you see them come to pass, it's easy to identify what's going on. All right. You understand what's popping off. All right. And these are all the things that we was reading about in the scriptures about the wars and the rumors of wars. America trying to expand, neither keeping it home and all these types of things. All right. But we're going to just go ahead and go into this article because I got to read another one. And there's a couple videos in there as well. It says U.S. National Security Advisor John Bolton called on Venezuela military to side with Washington's protege Juan Guaido after opposition leader declared military coup in Caracas on Tuesday. Bolton, one of the leading U.S. figures in the operation to topple the Venezuelan government. We can just stop right there. Look at these bastards. You see what I'm saying? Let's just flip the role, man. Let's just flip the role. Let's just say, okay, Xi Jinping, all right, one of the leading Chinese figures, all right, in the operation to topple the American government, all right. See, if that was what the headline or this is what the article said, motherfuckers would be up in arms. You have all these goddamn Edomites over here trying to round up their guns and be like, we got to get a militia. We're the backwood boys. We're going to defend America. Fuck that. We're going to go to war. You see what I'm saying? But ain't nobody saying nothing but when America's doing this to everybody else. But then they wonder why everybody say, fuck America. Death to America. We hate you stupid Americans. Because look, you always in everybody else's country killing their ass, man. Stealing all their resources, man. Making their people poor. Putting them into poverty, man. The whole world is in poverty because of the so-called white man. All right? But nevertheless, it says Bolton, one of the leading U.S. figures in the operation to topple Venezuelan government, called on Defense Minister Vladimir Pondero to side with Guaido, claiming this would protect Venezuela's constitution. Like, what y'all got to do with their constitution? All right. And really, y'all not even trying to protect that because when you deal with this interim president situation, it's got to be 30 days. that whole situation is, if you're going to claim to be the interim president, you got 30 days to basically set up and stage another election and actually have a real election go off so that people could vote, which 30 days has been passed since this shit started with Juan Guaido, since he came on the scene. All right. Second of all, they didn't been accused of that situation. They'd be like, well, the 30 days actually starts when Maduro steps down. Look, that's not in the Constitution. That's not how it's written. All right, y'all just over here making up shit because, you know, the American people really don't know too much about this, and you need them on your side. So at the end all be all, y'all can send your military forces in there to get the shit that you want to get. This is the same story of Saddam Hussein. All right, you had that one little girl where he took a clip from some other shit talking about oh, they was taking babies out of incubators and throwing them on the floor and killing them. They got weapons of mass destruction. They using all kind of shit on these other people. Wait, first of all, the damn chemical weapons that you claim that Saddam Hussein got, the only reason you know he got the shit is because you got the receipts from when you sold him the shit. Second of all, the babies in the incubator, that was a bullshit ass lie that y'all came up with. Third of all, you kept brainwashing us with weapons of mass destruction, weapons of mass destruction. Then you had 9/11 happen, and some kind of way you try to tie Saddam Hussein with 9/11, which at the end of all be all, like, you know, they question Bush about that. Like, well, what did Saddam have to do with 9/11? He was like, well, nothing. Well, what about the weapons of mass destruction? Well, we didn't find nothing. Well, then why'd you kill the man? Wow, he tried to kill my father. Well, what that shit had to do with any of this shit over here? That's some personal beef y'all got going on, man. All right, but see, this is what these motherfuckers are doing, man. This is why they start with the information wars and brainwash the people. This is why they've been touting on our TV, Nicolas Maduro starving his people out here doing such and so forth. But you're not talking about the sanctions that you're putting on them. You're not talking about your agenda that you got for Venezuela, man. The end all be all for Venezuela is that you all have 100% full control of it. All right, that's the end all be all. However you get to that end, don't matter. As long as at the end y'all have full control over this here place. All right, let me just continue on. It says Guaido, the U.S.-backed self-proclaimed interim president of Venezuela, announced on Tuesday morning that the time for decisive action against Maduro's government had come, and showed a group of people in military uniforms standing by his side. So this is like actually the third or the fourth time this same play has happened. All right, well, not, the shit is popping off, but nevertheless, you had Guaido talking about, oh, we got some people who defected from the military, you know what I'm saying, and came onto his side. All right, but we all know this is all CIA people, just like with the aid trucks. Oh, you had some of Maduro's military leave, and they came over to this side. Now they trying to bring aid in. Come to find out, well, it wasn't this, and that. It happened to be, CIA back. But, Maduro's still to blame. All right. But nevertheless, let's continue on. It says the government said only a small number of traitors were supporting Guaido's attempted military coup and promised to take control of the situation. The opposition figure claimed to be the leader of Venezuela in January, which we've waved beyond 30 days from there, declaring the elected president a usurper. All right. Washington immediately recognized him as such, as did the U.S. regional allies, because the U.S. basically threatened its allies like, yo, nigga, if y'all, look, just like Bush said, if y'all ain't with us, y'all with the terrorists, motherfucker. And right now, them niggas is the terrorists. So if you ain't backing us, your ass on the list right beside them. We gonna bomb your ass before we bomb their ass. Let them know we ain't playing with y'all ass. All right? And this is why you have all these other nations like, you know what, fuck it, we ain't got no choice. Because America basically holding us up anyway, and we can't afford to fight them, so we might as well just, hey, we'll back them. We'll say we back them. All right. It says the U.S. has treated Guaido Salak as if he were the actual leader of the country, allowing him to seize U.S.-based assets belonging to Venezuela, appointed officials, and otherwise act in an official capacity. So going back into why they starving. All right. Venezuela gets a lot of their money off of what? Their oil exports. Right. Well, how do I say, damn, let me turn this here off. Well, I can't, Salak, I might have to edit this video. All right, but it says, because I don't be wanting, brothers' phone numbers to pop up on the screen, but nevertheless, let me just finish this out. It says, the U.S. has provided a shipment of humanitarian aid for Guaido's people to take across the Colombian border into Venezuela and supposedly distribute it to the local population in bid to gain some popularity. The attempt was rejected by the Internal Relief Organization and politicized publicly stunt. Ultimately failed when border guards wouldn't take Guaido's site and stop the trucks. All right, let me open up this other article really fast. All right, so it says videos appear to show Venezuela military clash makes arrest at the pro-Guaido group split. Video appearing to show clashes between rival groups of the Venezuelan National Guard in Caracas has emerged online. One standoff saw a group of soldiers arrest the other at gunpoint, while gunfire can be heard in another clip. Footage filmed from several angles shows one of the groups blocking the road with armored vehicles and stopping rival soldiers from advancing. The first group then forces the soldiers to disembark their vehicles and detain them at gunpoint. It is not immediately clear whether the group that gained the upper hand supported the legitimate government of Nicolas Maduro or the self-proclaimed interim president Juan Guaido. Soldiers who defected to Guaido were earlier spotted donning a blue armband. However, given the low quality of the videos, it's hard to tell whether any soldiers wore such marking. A separate video taken near La Carlota Air Force Base, where civilians defected soldiers backing Guaido have gathered to support the coup attempt, captured the moment where live ammunition rounds were fired in the background as people fled, taken from a distance. The scene is quite chaotic. It is not clear who is firing the rounds. All right, now quickly, let me try to get some of these videos aired. All right, I'm gonna actually go down to this other videos, which is the same video, it's just a little closer. That one wasn't much of a long video, but as you can see, hey, let me get one more out real quick.
Es lo que hemos venido de las reacciones.
No hay certeza.
¿Qué puede ser? Exactamente.
Disparos. ¿Quién lo sabe más?
Exactamente, no se sabe qué está pasando en este momento sobre ese puente donde vimos gente correr, los motorizados moverse, pero permanecen ahí algunas personas moviéndose, agachadas, guardándose. Vemos incluso a los fotógrafos ahí en el cumplimiento de su deber, lo que está pasando, informando en este momento. Son las imágenes que están viendo en vivo a las 7:31 de Colombia, 8:31 de Venezuela.
All right, so like I was saying a little earlier about you know, how the Lord has put the spirit on, you know, first of all, Esau has got himself into a trick bag. You know, he's trying to give everybody these cell phones to keep track of everybody and everything like that, to keep a watch and spy on everybody. But what the Lord is putting the spirit on these people to sit here and start videotaping a lot of this stuff, man. All right, so what? A lot of these videos, like you see here, this is posted on Twitter. You know, these are more videos from Twitter. You know, like this video and this video pretty much is the same videos. Just I guess the video down here is probably taken lower down on, you know, close to the ground level, because as you can see, these are the same vehicles. All right, but nevertheless, you know, you have these women, I believe, that are up in these high-rise buildings, able to just videotape with their cameras showing down on the ground. You know, where certain things aren't going to be seen on the news, and you know they can help to better doctor all these different things. This is what's important about having your state-run media. All right, if the government runs all the so-called media platforms, and they're the ones pushing out all the news. You know, let's say in the news yesterday, Cat in the Hat actually got ran over by a damn bus and died, right? Now this would be, or let's just say Santa Claus, right? Let's say Santa Claus is real, all right? And Santa Claus got ran over by a damn bus and died, right? This would be so-called big news to America, right? And most Americans know who the fuck Santa Claus is, right? But however, you know, if the mainstream media didn't cover that, nobody would know that he died. You see what I'm saying? But now, because everybody had these cell phones out, you know, as soon as Santa Claus get hit by the bus, you got people on the bus. Everybody got a phone on the bus. Everybody around that, what they gonna do? Pull out their phones and start videotaping. Oh, y'all look, so and so got killed, so on and so forth. You know, like with the Nipsey Hussle thing. When that shit happened, before it got on the mainstream media news, that shit had them flooded the internet with everybody and their mama, you know, putting up videos and stuff like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Before, man, they even had damn near had the damn case solved before the damn mainstream media picked it up on the news. So as you see, it's getting harder and harder for Esau to control the narrative with these certain situations going on, because wow, he getting caught in his own trick bag. All right, he getting caught in his own snare. All right, he's trying to keep an eye on everybody else with these cell phones and the internet to spy on everybody else. But what? All these things is being revealed because of why? His device that he put into our hands to watch us. Now we using these things to watch his ass, to expose his ass. All right, just like right now. All right, with everybody with these cell phones on in their hands, you see what the men of the Lord are doing right now. All right, they're using these things, you know, not only to go into the scriptures and prophesy and things like that, but what? We can go in and touch on these news articles and further bring out edifications from each of our phones. So we don't have to be working at those news stations or whatever, whatnot. Hey, we all, you know, technically in a sense, we all kind of like reporters. You know what I'm saying? We all like got our own, basically like a news agency. We were reporting, you know, the men of the Lord, we were reporting on prophecy. All right, that's what we out here doing. The spirit of the Lord is the spirit of prophecy. So this is what we doing, especially in the time of prophecy. All right, we letting you know all these different prophecies that's coming to pass, all the prophecies that's taking place around you right now. All right, so that's what we are reporting on, and that's going into prophecies more or less like a meteorologist, the weatherman, all right, telling you the weather, the weather forecast. He's telling you, all right, next week is going to be partly cloudy. It's going to be raining, this, and that. And we're doing the same thing. You know, we reading the signs that's telling us what's going on, and we were relating it back out to the people. All right. And now we all walking around with our cell phones, like I said, and we able to sit here and report off of our cell phones, put all this time and information together. Like I said, I'm over here reporting on Venezuela. You see what I'm saying? I'm not even in Venezuela, but yet and still, because other people got their cell phones and they are videotaping and stuff like that, we can go and tap into their live streams or their feeds or whatever, whatnot, and we can see exactly what's going on the ground over there. And we don't have to wait for the mainstream media news to go over there and put their spin on things, and we can just see what's going on the ground. You see what I'm saying? Some of these videos, you know, like these two over here, you know, basically you can watch these shits and mute and just watch what's going on. You see what I'm saying? But nevertheless, let me go into the scriptures. I'm gonna grab a couple of scriptures that just popped up to the top of my head. I was gonna read that in Habakkuk too. All right, because that's, you know, dealing with this here coup attempt. But nevertheless, you know, there's some other things that's going on here as well. All right, so you know, we right here at the end all be all. All right, this is Matthew 24:3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came to him privately, saying, "Tell us what shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming in the end of the world?" All right, let me jump down to verse 6. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. All right, so let me just stop there. That's what we're talking about right now, more or less a rumor of a war, or, you know, it's really a war going on, but it's not like, you know, in the sense that, you know, when people think about war, they really thinking about the last stages of war, or so-called hot war. All right, guns flying, bombs dropping, that type of shit. All right, but war happens on so many different levels, and before you get there, you start out with, you know, first you might start out with an information war, an economic war, a trade war, all right, a proxy war, then you go into a hot war. All right, but nevertheless, you know, this is what's going on right now, and you know, we're not bringing these here stories out to so-called how they would tell you, oh, you got just fear porn, you know, you just war. No, that's not what we're talking about. We bringing these here articles out to show you. Let me go down. This is verse 32. Now learn the parable of the fig tree. This is what we're trying to teach you, to how to learn the parable of the fig tree. All right. To measure the time diligently, to read the writings on the wall, to be able to see what's going on around you. Because what we just started out with in Matthew 24:3 is show us when the times of the end is going to be, when the time of your coming is going to be. All right. And now when we started reading it started out with wars and rumors of wars. All right. Which we've been having wars and rumors of wars going on for so long. But again, this isn't the so-called fear pouring you into, oh, the end is coming. The end is here. All right. We're not trying to, dismiss that, but nevertheless, at the same time, we just letting you know, look, be on your P's and your Q's, Again, going back to the weatherman analogy, all right, we about to be telling you, look, it's gonna rain today. You know what I'm saying? And now we telling you, you coming outside the house, like, yo, y'all be careful outside. Them rain clouds out there, it's thundering and it's lightning. We're not telling you like, as soon as you walk outside the door, it's about to start pouring down raining, but just be cautious because it's thundering and lightning outside. There's rain clouds outside, and eventually it's gonna rain. So you don't want to walk outside, you know what I'm saying, in some shorts and some flip flops or whatever, whatnot. Your old lady just got her hair done walking outside. You know how Jake be, you know what I'm saying? They just got their hair done. They don't want to go outside in the rain. You know what I'm saying? We just letting you know like that. All right. So it says now, Matthew 24:32. Now learn the parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, summer is not. So likewise, when you shall see these things, know that it is near, even at the door. All right. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. All right. But nevertheless, let me just keep reading. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. Verse 34. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. But of that day and that hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. All right. So like what we telling you is, no, we don't know exactly the day and the time, the hour that the Lord is coming back. But we are telling you, like this here said, learn the parable of the fig tree. All right. Or, I like to retranslate that to, I'm teaching you how to drive a car. You know what I'm saying? Learn what your instrument panel is telling you. All right. When you see that little gas light come on, you need to know what that is. That's a very important light. When you see that, when that light come on, it's not telling you your car finna stop as soon as you see the light come on. No, it's telling you, look, you need to pull over and start making preparations to get gas before your ass be forced to pull over and you're going to be walking. All right. So you need to learn the lights on the instrument panel and how to deal accordingly to the situations that's arising at hand. All right. So this is what we're telling you now about reading the writing on the wall and learning the parable of the fig tree, learning how to measure the time diligently. All right. So let me go back on up to verse 6. It says, you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled. So again, that's what we tell. This is not fear porn that we telling you, oh, war. It's not what we telling you, because like the same deal with the Russian situation, man. Russia's been boiling for the last couple of years. You see what I'm saying? But what? Hey, man, we still got a time to go. All right. It says, and you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. All right. And one of the things that we pulling out with these things, dealing with the Venezuela stuff, it's not necessarily like, oh, war. No, it's just more or less to show you this the damn devil. You know what I'm saying? This what the damn devil do. This what the devil, look, he doing it right now. You see what I'm saying? This is more, not to put you in a state of mind of, oh, you should be fearing war and this and that. Oh, let's go get some guns. No, it's more or less to keep you aware of like, look, I told you this nigga was the devil. Look at this nigga. You don't believe me? Take a look at him. Just open your eyes, open the window, take a look at what he doing. You know what I'm saying? More or less exposing the so-called white man, keeping the limelight on his ass until we get up out of here. All right. We ain't giving this damn devil no rest, man. He ain't going back into hiding, man. His ass is about to be fully exposed on all corners of the end to where he can't hide no more. All right. I'm gonna grab that because that came up into my mind a little earlier. Let me see. Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. And that's what we're seeing in Venezuela right now and other places as well, too. All these are the beginnings of sorrows. And speaking of the wars and rumors of wars, I was debating on going into, because like right now there's a lot of shit going on with, dealing with these different nations and certain things like that. Like Turkey with the S-400 and the F-35, like they going further on. They're like, look, bro, y'all still not going to tell us what we can and can't do. All right, fuck it. Y'all want to take away the F-35? We'll just go buy planes from other people. We don't really give a fuck, man. All right. So all these things are coming to pass to show you how all this is all shaping up, the fall in line for prophecy. All right. This to set up the end all be all, World War III. All right. The Lord's will. All right. You starting to see all these things fall right into place according to how the Bible have it prescribed. All right. Because like way back in the day, you would see Russia and America. They wasn't, it was still, America had the upper hand on Russia, not too long ago. All right. But nevertheless, you're starting to see Russia being brought back. You know what I'm saying? So you're starting to see these things come to pass. Hey, that's Ezekiel 38. You're starting to see these things come to pass. All right. You start to see them slowly come to pass. So now you can see that all these prophecies are starting to speak. Let me remember that too. Let me just go. I got a couple precepts in my head real quick, but this one just led me to here. But nevertheless, hey, all in the spirit. Habakkuk 2:2. I'm gonna start here. It says, and Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables that he may run that readeth it. All right. And so make it plain on tables that he can run that readeth it. All right. Make it simple for somebody to pick up and just go with it. Like I know for instance, like my videos, for the most part, a lot of my videos seem to be pretty damn long. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's just how the Spirit of the Lord have me to be able to go into all these things, And I get people that'll comment about my videos, not necessarily saying, oh, your videos are too long for me to watch, but more or less very informational videos. A lot of information in these videos that you're putting out. And you know what I'm saying? I'm getting fed a whole lot. All right. But on the flip side, on my end, there's a lot of studying and researching and looking into a whole lot of shit that's going into all these here videos. You see what I'm saying? But you don't see all these things. All you see is the end product. All right. But what? I might have to watch videos, hours of videos on this, do some research on that, look up some stuff about this, look up stuff about that. But when it's presented to you, it's all in one simple form, and it's in the form of a video. You go on YouTube, you see the video, the title, you click on it, you just sit back, you throw some headphones on and just listen. You can be riding in the car. You ain't really doing shit. You don't have to go and do all this here studying and reading all this here stuff like that. You can just listen in and you can be edified or updated on certain things that's going on. All right. And then it's even easier for you to take all that information that it took me a while to sit there and compile all these different things. All right. And you can sit there and hit the share button and share it out to your friends, or you could, I don't give a fuck. You can download my videos and re-upload them onto your page or whatever, or share them on. I know a lot of my videos are being shared on Facebook because I got this analytic app that'll show me where a lot of my traffic is coming from, and I get damn near a whole, like the majority of my videos that's being watched, that's not being clicked off of through YouTube, is through Facebook. I don't have a Facebook, so I know that there's people taking my videos and uploading them on Facebook. All right, so it's easy for these people to take all the research and stuff, just like what the rest of the men of the Lord are doing, going into these scriptures and studying all these different things, like the apostles go in 30 years of studying and stuff like that. And they can go in and do an hour-long video, 2-hour-long video, and you edified. You know what I'm saying? It took them so much time to study and bringing all this together, but it's quick and easy for you to pick up and just run with it. You know what I'm saying? You could take it and you can, I got it, and me go ahead and flip it. You know what I'm saying? Just like, back in the days, right? I'll give you another analogy. Back in the days, he was downloading music, right? You had to go onto your little Napster.com, you know what I'm saying? Or Kazaa or whatever them shits, LimeWire. You had to find each song and download each one individually, right? Now, in order to download a whole album, let's say the album got 20 songs on there, you got to type in each song, download each different song, right? Well, that took a little while. But nowadays, you can go into like iTunes and you type in the artist, right? You type in Lil Wayne. Now it'll pop up all his different albums, everything there together. And you just hit one button and it's boom, download the whole thing. So it's way easier for you to pick it up and run with it now, opposed to back in those days. You had to know every song and download each and every song and then burn them all into a certain CD in the same order to get a replica of the CD. Or you could just burn the CD if you had the CD originally. But nowadays you can just go on like the Apple iTunes store and it's all right there real quick and easy. All right. Same thing with this here, these prophecies, these scriptures and things like that. All right. The men of the Lord are going through, spending their time diligently and going through these prophecies and filtering the news and the rest of the world, what we see in all these different things that we find out throughout history and things like that. And then we bring it back to you in a format where it's quick and easy for you to understand it, pick it up, just watching the video. All right. You don't have to click on different sites and look up this and look up that. If there's a certain word in here that we want to go into, we'll go into it and click on it. And all you got to do is watch and learn. All right. And it's easy for you to sit there and hit the share button or re-upload the video. All right. So let me just keep reading verse 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. All right. And that's what we're telling you, that, you might hear us say the same things over and over again. This is why I'm telling you, this is not no fear porn or war. No, the vision that we're telling you about, the prophecies that we're telling you about is for an appointed time. All right. But at the end, it shall speak and not lie. All right. So we telling you, look, bro, it's going to come to pass. All right. Don't worry about it. Just because it's not on your time, don't mean it's not going to come on time. All right. It's going to come on time, not on your time. All right. This time is appointed by the Most High. So it's going to happen when he says it's going to happen. So yeah, we talk about Venezuela and a coup attempt and they trying to take Venezuela, so on and so forth. Yo, man. hey, it's going to happen in an appointed time when the Lord has it appointed. All right. The end all be all. All right. But the things that we pointing out with all these different things is the characteristics of the so-called white man. All right. Him being a damn devil, and he's playing the role that was written for him in the scriptures. All right. So continuing on, it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. All right. The prophecy is for an appointed time, a set time. But at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come and not tarry. All right. Now, this is a little side note. You know what I'm saying? You know how we say, oh, that's just Jake. That's the spirit of Jake. Or how the scriptures say, you know, the spirit bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. What does that shit really mean? All right. Like, all right. So for me and my real father, right, me and him are damn near like twins. Not, I mean, physically, but also like in spirit, man. The shit that he wound up doing, like when he was growing up, I wound up following the same footsteps. You know what I'm saying? Not even that I knew that he wound up doing it. I'd wound up doing the same shit, act the same way, everything the exact same way. Why? Because I'm basically a carbon copy of him. I'm gonna be just like my father. You know what I'm saying? So the Most High being our father, all right, we're gonna be a lot like him. So when you see us in a lot of the things that we do, you know, matter of fact, Pimp C say this in one of Jay-Z's songs to open up one of his songs. He's like, don't hate on the young blood because he want to wear gold and diamonds and jewelry and stuff. That's in his blood. We from Africa, which we not from Africa, but you know, him going off, he was making this analogy, but it was way deeper than that. All right. A lot of the things that Jake do, all right, is based because that's who we are. We, you know, and a lot of the things about ourselves, we tend to run and hide from who we are. All right. But nevertheless, this is just who we are, man. All right. But talking about though it tarry, wait for it, it shall surely come. Right. You know, sometimes if you hang around with some other folks or whatever, whatnot, that's not your people. They had a term to call BPT, black people time, right? What that mean? That, oh, I'm gonna be there in 5 minutes. All right, that mean you really gonna be there in 25 minutes or some shit like that, right? So people will say these certain things. So that's something like kind of like in the spirit. That's not a so-called racist term. That's just basically how Jake really be. All right, like, yo, you supposed to be here at this time. You got people waiting at this time. Though it tarry, wait for it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you don't think it's coming at that time, but I'm going to come on my time when I'm ready to get there. All right, not when you think that I'm going to be prepared, but when I get ready to come up. All right, so this is what the Lord, hey, the Lord is, not to say the Lord the same way. We the same way as the Lord, all right? Because like I was saying with the analogy with my father, me and my father are just alike, but my father not like me because I came out of him. So it's not like that the Most High like us, we like the Most High, all right? So it says, the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come. It will not tarry. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. Yea, also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. All right, now, how's the so-called white man transgressing by wine? All right, he's talking about with Juan Guaido is the interim president. All right, bitch, that's some wine, man. Going back to that whole definition and how that all come into play according to the how do you say the boundaries of how that word is written in there. All right, bitch, you only got 30 days to claim that from the time that you claim that's only a 30-day window. All right, and that was declared back in January. So nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? If you in that interim president situation, you got to sit there and hold elections within 30 days of you claiming that shit. All right, but now they saying, nah, well, he can be the interim president all the way up until Nicolas Maduro leave. All right, be like, what the fuck that mean? Oh, well, basically, when we kill his ass, then Juan Guaido gonna be the president. We don't even need to hold elections. But see, this is the one they pushing out there. They pushing out there that, you know, Nicolas Maduro is some kind of dictator, whatever, whatnot, and all these different things going on. But nevertheless, this is that one that they pushing out. Like I read in that first article about John Bolton and them. These motherfuckers is going over there trying to take this here country, man. This is what they trying to do, man. It's all out in the open. But what? They transgressing by wine. They got people drunk just saying, well, you know, I was talking to somebody and they was like, I don't know what about Venezuela. Like, and this was an Edomite. They was like, I don't know why everybody's blaming America on everything. It's always America's fault. It's always America's fault. Like, bitch, America blaming America for this shit. John Bolton, I'm telling you what the fuck they doing. So, but for the rest of these damn people here and these Edomites, they drunk on this damn wine. Even though your leaders are telling you exactly what the fuck they trying to do, they not hiding it. Oh yeah, we backing this, so on and so forth, and we about to go in there and we about to stage a coup attempt. What is that? You trying to overthrow a government, which that ain't legal. All right, here in America, if you was to try to do that, you'd be tried with treason and being a traitor, and your ass would be put to death. All right, so but how can the same people who would do that here, put you to death here, can go to a whole other country and do that to a whole nother leader? All right, and try to have these people gain support. All right, this is the so-called white man transgressing by his wine. You got to be drunk as fuck to do some shit like that. This is what the analogy is pretty much saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me jump down. I wasn't gonna read this part, but it also goes into it as well. Verse 15, Habakkuk 2:15. Woe to him that giveth his neighbor drink that he may put us the bottle to him to make them drunken, also that he may look upon their nakedness. Now, let me give it to you in the carnal sense, first and foremost, so you can get the understanding of this analogy that's being broken down. All right. Like in the world today, it's like, woe to that nigga that will give a bitch some date rape drug or get this bitch so damn drunk that he can just go take advantage of this bitch, right? You know what I'm saying? Like anybody, like any and everybody would be in agreement of like, yo, nigga, hold up. I just seen you slip some shit into that bitch's drink over there. What you doing, cuz? We don't get down like that, right? So that's the same thing that's going on, because why? If you slip a drug into a woman's drink, what you think gonna happen? You know, these date rape drugs, all right? We all know what happened. She lose her how do you say, her soberness or her ability to sit there and make conscious decisions. And then the person who slipped the shit in her drink could take advantage of her, right? The same thing. Like if you go get somebody too damn drunk, they wind up, they lose their guards and stuff. You get somebody real drunk, you know, a man can get another man so drunk that this nigga pass out and you start taking his wallet and shit, right? Basically, you getting them all sauced up to where they lowering their guards to a certain point to where you can just run in and fleece the flock, take advantage of them, and they can't even hold up no defenses. So this is what the so-called white man is doing at the same way. All right, now, and this analogy down here is pretty much, you know, going in deeper, going back up to what we was reading about. Let me see. Verse 5 says, yea, also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. So let's just go on. He transgresses by this here wine. He going around getting these people spiritually drunk. All right, with his philosophies and stuff. Yeah, man, we'll give you an INF loan and we'll help y'all here and there. But then we at this certain rate, but then we're going to raise the rates and then your ass ain't going to never be able to pay it back. Now we're going to just steal your country. You see what I'm saying? You done basically gave this here country this date rape drug. They done took the shit, took the INF loan. Then once, you know, they done got hooked on this shit, you done reeled their ass in. You done took advantage of them. You see what I'm saying? Once they done got high or drunk off the damn alcohol, now you done laid down and basically raped them. You see what I'm saying? You pillaging they shit. You see what I'm saying? But this is what the so-called white man is doing. What's over there in Venezuela? You got oil and you got gold. All right. Homeboy about to round up to this World War III. And he gonna need a constant supply of fuel and oil. This is why they don't really drill and take a lot of the oil from over on this side of the globe. All right. It was only recently, I believe, under George Bush, maybe, or maybe even after George Bush, when they actually started how do I say, dealing in American oil. All right. So it's not really been that there long, you know, when they got into what, fracking and shale oil and all that different stuff. That's all recent. They really ain't been using the oil over here that much, but nevertheless, because they got so much of it in the Middle East, hey, look, they can use all this oil over here for unlimited supply of fuel. All right. Because what, World War III going to take place on the other side of the globe. All right. But America, this being a base over here, they can constantly just keep flowing over there with guns, oil, gasoline, and so on and so forth. You see what I'm saying? But nevertheless, it's not going to go well with his ass. All right. At the end all be all, he going to wind up throwing up all these different things he wind up swallowing down. So yeah, he might wind up stealing this here countries, taking all that gold and all that oil. But at the end, he going to wind up vomiting it all up. That's what his restitution is going to be. All right. So continuing on, it says, yea, because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. All right. Always in everybody else's kitchen, always in everybody else's refrigerator, always in their cookie jar. Why? Like, how come every time I'm in the kitchen, you in the kitchen, eating all the hog mogs, eating all the pig feets? You know what I'm saying? We don't eat hog mogs and no pig feet, but you know what I'm saying? The reference from Friday. That's what the fuck this nigga doing. He all in everybody else's country. Nigga, you was just in Syria. You still in Syria slightly. You know what I'm saying? You still in Afghanistan. You still in Iraq. You still in Libya. All right. You trying to get over there into China, in South China Sea. All right. Now you over here in Venezuela. You trying to get over there in North Korea. Like, niggas, keep your ass at home. Worry about your shit at home, man. Somebody brought up this here. This is a sad fact, man. I had to look this up. This is a sad fact. All right. Now, those are our brethren over in Venezuela. But let's just talk about them as if they wasn't our brethren. They're in a whole other country, right? And this is America, and we just trying to worry about America, right? Now, there is, I believe, the population of Venezuela is around 34 million people, I want to say. All right. Now, go on Google and Google out the population of Venezuela. But I believe it's like 34 million people in Venezuela. I looked this up the other day. It's 34 million people in Venezuela, right? Let's say every last one of them people is starving and is just starving and poor, right? Oh, it's sad. We should go help these people. Yeah, we should go help them people because there's a lot of fucking starving people, especially if we got it. We should go help them. However, there's 34 million starving people in Venezuela. We got to get to Venezuela first and foremost. It's going to cost us extra money. Why worry about them over there when we got 41 million people over here in America that's damn near poor? That's starving and poor. right? Not to mention the other 100 million of these people who gonna fall into poverty or living at the poverty line, to which they are the so-called working poor. Yeah, they poor, but they basically paycheck to paycheck. They ain't got nothing, they only got enough to survive. You see what I'm saying? And they using other things like Amscots and borrowing money just to stay afloat. All right, so we're gonna just take the 41 million. We ain't gonna talk about the people that's in poverty. We're gonna talk about the ones that slap broke. They ain't got shit to their name. They can't even borrow nothing to try to flip nothing. It's 41 million people here in America that's like that. So there's 10 million more people here in America, all right, that's poor, just like the 34, all the population in Venezuela, all right? But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? America would be like, yo, man, we need to go over here and help these people. But you see, look at the last, 20 years or 18, 2019, we started in 2001. So the last 18 years, look at all the countries we tried to go out there and help. Which one of them countries is better off than before when we got there? All right, not one of them. So let me go back to the scripture. It says, yea, because he transgresses by wine. All right, we got to go over there and bring him freedom. We got to liberate these people. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, always in everybody else's country, who enlarges his desire as hell, and his death cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. All right, not for all these different nations to rule side by side with him, but for all these different nations to be up under his foot, so he can fleece all these other people. He's getting more subjects up under his feet to subjugate. All right. It says, shall not all these take up a proverb against him, a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. All right. So they talking all these other nations. Let me grab that real quick. I'll come back to this. I'm gonna read verse 12. Yeah, 12 and 16. All right, this is Isaiah 14 and 12. It says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? All right, now quickly just touch on the Lucifer situation. It's dealing with the enlightened ones, the Illuminati, more in layman's terms, the Illuminati, the top elite family, which is the Rothschilds. All right, they ruling everything. All right, but now everything's being exposed on their ass, and they about to fall up out of their heaven. Like the scriptures say, Esau is the end of the world, but Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right. So you see in this fall of the so-called white man, this is what it's talking about. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Let's just rephrase that. How art thou fallen from heaven, O white man? Nigga, you was the god of this fucking earth, man. It was nobody that could fucking touch you or deal with you on planet earth, man. You was a perfect beast created in all wickedness, man. Nobody could fuck with you. But now the Lord is destroying your ass slowly but surely. All right. But nevertheless, it says, how art thou fall from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weakest the nations? So the so-called white man was the one weakening all these different nations. Let me jump down to verse 16. They that see thee shall look upon thee and they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake us the nations, that made the world a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners? All right. So dealing with that, you got that going on right now with all these different nations is looking up right now not Venezuela, at America, at the shit that they doing. Like, yo, niggas, keep your ass at home, nigga. Stay at home, man. Why you always in everybody else's country, man? Why you always over here in somebody else's backyard blowing up they shit, man? Every time we turn around, like, yo, dog, I thought America was on the other side of the globe, on the other side of the damn world. Why every time I turn around, I see your ass behind looking over my shoulders, man? This so-called white man is always in everybody else's home. Like, yo, dog, why don't you keep your ass at home, man? You destroying the whole planet Earth, man. You in everybody else's household or in a country blowing they shit up, man. All right, so let me read verse 16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake us the kingdoms, that made the world a wilderness, that destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners? So-called white man did that, man. First of all, he the one still got slaves like that nowadays. We still in captivity up under his ass. He ain't let us go. All right. That's why you got our people asking for reparations and shit, because we still in captivity. All right. It's like you being in jail asking for a goddamn, what they call that? I need a chance for parole. I don't think that's the word. Well, yeah, you can use that word too, but there's another word where they trying to go get another hearing or whatever, whatnot. You know, you get charged for something, but nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, man, you still got these damn slaves over here. All right. You ain't even trying to get them, where they can make bail, not really bail. Like when you're in prison and you can finally go and try to get retried for your case or whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Now the so-called white man has still got us like that. The only reason you trying to get retried to have your case re-seen is because your ass is still in jail. If you had already gotten out of jail, you wouldn't be trying to sit there and be like, yo, dog, I need the court to hear my case again because you wouldn't have that. But this is what the so-called white man is doing to the same day, man. He's over here talking about some debating on reparations. Why? Because you still got you didn't open the house of the prisoners. You still got us in captivity here. All right. And you still made the whole world a wilderness and a desolation, man. You destroyed the whole damn planet Earth. All right. Let's go back to Habakkuk 2. All right. It says, 2 and 5. Yea, also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and cannot be satisfied, but gathers unto him all nations, and heapeth to him all people. Shall not all these take up a proverb against him, a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. You keep adding up more and more and more debt just to keep plundering the rest of the earth. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booty unto them? All right, because see, these nations gonna wind up spoiling America, man. All right, verse 8, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood and for the violence of thy land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. All right, so what do you think is gonna happen, man? You're gonna keep plundering all these different nations. Let's just talk about the Arabs for a while. They ain't really got no real might in their hand, but just imagine them, right? How they feel. They look back like, man, y'all been blowing up. First of all, they in the damn desert with nothing out there anyway. But you've been blowing up the damn desert for so damn long, blowing all these motherfuckers up for so long. How you think them people feel, man? It's why these people out here talking about some death to America. They hate America, so on and so forth. Because as long as a lot of them can remember, you just been blowing them the fuck up the whole damn time. All right. All these other nations. You think Japan forgot about Hiroshima and Nagasaki? All right. You think these different nations and China forgot about the opium wars you didn't wage on them? Russia, you think Russia forgot about the economic wars that you put them through and made them people go poor? These people ain't forgot about that shit, man. These people are going to come once they get fully satisfied or situated in a situation like with Russia and all that, and they can completely cut you up off of, cut themselves up off of your titty, like with the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, where Russia's basically going to be selling oil over to Europe, all right, and cut America off. All right, the petro yuan is going to replace the regular petrodollar. All right, Russia is going to replace America as the number one arms trading in the world. All right, so now everybody's cutting America off from this situation, and you also seeing the beast starting to hate the whore. All right, so now all these different nations are turning their eyes at America like, yo, man, this nigga is tripping. We got to put this nigga in his place before he devour all of us. All right, it says, verse 8, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood and for the violence of the land, of the city, of all that dwell therein. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. Yeah, just think, like I was just speaking on, you got all these other nations talking about death to America, they hate Americans, and so on and so forth, right? But guess what? The majority of these Americans here, they so goddamn dumb and so brainwashed and just living it up here in America. They don't even know that America's at war with no country. They don't know about none of that shit. They not even worried about that. You ask a lot of these Americans around, is America at war with anybody right now? They're like, nah, we ain't at war with nobody. We ain't been at war since like Vietnam. So these people, they don't even really know what's going on out here, right? But guess what? When these other nations come down on America, these same lost in the sauce people who didn't even know America was at war and bombing every damn body and killing everybody, they gonna wind up catching all this here hell or the payback because of what the so-called white men, the elites, was doing. All right. Woe to that nigga that would get everybody else fucked up who wasn't even participating in this shit. All right. You got him fucked up and he wasn't even in it. You know what I'm saying? Verse 10 again. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people and hast sinned against thy soul. All right. Verse 11, for the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. Woe to him that buildeth the town on iniquity. Salakia. Woe to him that buildeth the town with blood, and establish a city with iniquity. Behold, it is not of Yahweh of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire, for the people shall weary themselves for very vanity. That was it there. Let me, I had some other scriptures in mind I wanted to grab. Kind of slipped my mind now. Nevertheless, let me just go ahead and I'll end off with this in the book of Job. Oh, I know what I was going to get. Still in the book of Job. Because I had mentioned this a little earlier about us all having these cell phones, all right? This is Job 5:12. It says, he just disappointed the device of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. So look, your so-called coup attempt isn't going over so well because of why? The device you put in everybody's damn hand to control and watch over them and to spy on everybody else and keep tabs on them, which is these cell phones with all these front cameras. Notice every damn camera, every cell phone you got a front facing camera, multiple cameras. All right, high resolution, facial recognition, all these different things. All these devices and all these so-called luxuries that you have is made to spy on you. It's a weapon against your ass. All right, but nevertheless, look at how the Lord is using. All right, the snare that Esau put into our hands is a snare unto his ass. All right, these cool tips would have went over well, and man, this shit would have went over easy if everybody didn't have cell phones was streaming this shit. All right, they could have went in the first time and just bombed Nicolas Maduro and just gave us whatever kind of story. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh well, his own people killed him. We don't know. We had to go over there and stop it. You know what I'm saying? Like, right? I mean, they could literally just go kill this motherfucker, and if nobody saw it, nobody could know about it. Hey, nobody would say nothing about it. But because everybody and their mama got a cell phone and everybody and their mama is streaming and on live or all these different live broadcasts, you know what I'm saying? It's harder for him to work like this. All right. Now let me go to no. So I also want to throw this here in the mix as well, because those being our people over there, no, it's a lot. It's a lot. Those people over there, all right, they're experiencing this here situation. All right, this situation is going on over there is dealing with our people. All right, but this is also a foreshadowing of the things that's going to come over here in America. All right, so this same thing that you see, like the military and stuff like that, shooting down on the people, these people going through famines and things like that. All right, these things are coming here to America as well. All right, over there, like down in South and Central America, you have a lot of the Northern Kingdom. All right, now here in America, just like the things that happened 4 times going to happen again now. All right, the Northern Kingdom wound up catching hell first. Then the Southern Kingdom wound up catching hell. All right, but now you're starting to see what these things are starting to happen over there. All right, these things are foreshadowing the things that's coming to pass here. All right, so this is Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 5. For thus saith Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, not of peace. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all the faces turned to paleness. All right, because why? You got a lot of people screaming and things going on. You got like that movie Bird Box, a lot of calamities going on. The movie The Purge, things like that. You got all these different things going on where you have, you know, here it's not saying that a woman, like we talk about a woman in travail, it's like a woman in labor screaming, right? Just imagine these big military men who's trained to be killers and stuff like that to go and do all this. You hear them screaming as if a woman was giving birth, right? They asking, why do I hear men screaming like this? Not just soft men, not these little, not them kind of men. We talking about the big brute military men or whatever, whatnot. The most gangster thugged out hardcore niggas out there. Why they screaming like bitches? All right, because of the shit that they see going on. All right. So it says, wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, and as a woman in travail, and all faces turn to paleness. All right, because they shocked for the shit that they didn't seen. But oh fuck, you know what I'm saying? Verse 7: alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. All right. So you know, on a flip note to the things that's going on out over there in Venezuela, dealing with you know, because most of this here lesson I was dealing with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man being a damn devil and stealing all this land and just being a devil in these different nations. All right, there's a flip side to this here story as well too. All right, because the people that's over there are our brother, and they over there catching hell. They over there basically tasting of what? Jacob's trouble. All right, but it's gonna get way worse, man. It's gonna be a day like never before since there was a nation even into the same day, man. All right, so things are about to start waxing worse and worse. So now is a good time. Now is the best time to, you know what I'm saying, get your house in order. You know what I'm saying? Get right with the Lord and come back to his law, statutes, commandments. All right, because hey, man, we at the very end of this thing. All right. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and close out and give all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for Yakim pushing this truth and sincerity in the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Until next time, I say stay strong and shalom.